Born in 1940 on the American holiday Flag Day, Willard Atkinson was introduced to the world. Being brought home to Lansdale, PA, he resided a mere 20 minutes from Philadelphia.
The roof over his head was provided by his mother, who worked at a hosiery mill, and his father, who worked as a mechanic. Along with Willard Atkinson was his only brother and sibling, Dennis. Both, little did they know, were going to be joining the war against communism in their later years of life. He worked hard in his father's field of expertise, coming home after school to work in a garage part-time, but there was something more exciting calling the boy's name, which caused him to join the military service at age 17. While enlisting, Willard Atkinson chose his branch in service. He would be aiding in the Army with an engineering outfit. It took some coaxing, as he had his mind on the Marines as well, but it came down to doing his service with the Army.
I really don't know why I picked the Army. I was going to go in the Marines, but the Army came first.
After successfully tying himself to the military service, Mr. Atkinson was scheduled to leave for basic training within the next few weeks. Through that time, he turned 18 and was off to his journey to, ultimately, Korea.
The first night, however, Mr. Atkinson was lying idly in his cot.
You're brand new. The very first night you're laying in bed, and you're thinking to yourself, what did I get into?
The first day was grueling and full of demonstration of the day after that, until the cadets had reached a week in.
And you take a physical training test after, I think anymore, 2 weeks or whatever. And then you take one just before you're finished basic. And you can see yourself how much you improved of what you had to do. It was running. You could run further. You could do more push-ups, more sit-ups. If you wanted to, like I did, you really progressed, and it showed.
These exercises were wide in variety and took a lot of determination and skill to finally conquer. Willard Atkinson's most favorable practice came at the gun range. He enjoyed bettering himself with a weapon and worked hard to improve his aim. Some men, he had recounted on the first day, hadn't even held a rifle in their life. The infiltration course, however, was a big task to handle. It was the usual test that is showcased in movies, crawling almost helplessly beneath barbed wire while trying to evade gunfire.
During the muddy crawls, barbed wire scraping the cadets' backs, live machine guns were shooting continuously overhead. Once finished with passing basic training, Willard Atkinson was shipped off to Korea via boat.
Eventually, everyone made it safely. From arriving at the port, everyone was quick to learn their duties and jobs to be acquired.
He received special training for heavy equipment operations prior to arriving, so that became his task. He worked hard to drive around in his personal truck and haul heavy materials used around the camps in Korea.
The only difference in the days in Korea was the slight change in jobs on a daily basis or the occasional incident. This continued for 6 years, and eventually Willard Atkinson returned home without a scratch, but rather with the new mindset of what it meant to take responsibility and to fight a cause that would only end years after his service.
His duties still remained appreciated throughout the rest of his life, and his honor of being a United States Army veteran is still continued today.
On behalf of Amber and I would like to give a great thanks to Willard Atkinson for serving in the military and fighting for his country's freedom. Thank you again.